Woo! Let's do it. You ready? Okay. We're rolling there. Welcome back. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful Saturday here on KAHI, and I have a special guest for today's Sierra Gold, and I'm going to start off with a little choo-choo. It's railroad time. We're talking First Transcontinental Railroad. I have Jim Wood in here today. You know, what blows my mind in the railroad and all the work that was done, you figure it was 1863 that they made the decision to put the railroad through. And there was a lack of labor. All those miners were up in the hills, and you know, they turned to agriculture, and they brought in all the Chinese labor, and which ended up being very, very successful. They ended up putting 15 tunnels in, you know, to run that railroad through there. And it was about 1865 that they finally did it, and they sent them through, and it changed everything. You figure you had two options to get to California for the gold rush. You had the wagon, you know, taking that across the country, and then you had the boat, and the boat around the bottom coming back up. And you know, as of today, there's thousands and thousands of boats. I've talked with historians out on the Delta out there, but I want to bring in Jim into this conversation. Jim, could you say hi?
Wes, good to be here with you today.
And Jim, by nature, is a geologist. He's a professional geologist, but he's part of what's called the Railroad Days, and it's a byproduct of Founders Days. If you could, tell us a little bit about that, something exciting that's happening right this minute up in Colfax.
Well, today is the first of two-day event in Colfax Railroad Days. It's a big event for the local community and Placer County. Union Pacific is a major contributor to this event, bringing all their big, shiny, giant locomotives up and snow fighting equipment for the public to visit and go inside and actually see how it looks and works. And it's probably the only place in the whole, you know, Northern California region where the public can get inside and see those massive pieces of rail equipment.
And that's, again, just plugging it. It's today and tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5 up in Colfax, beautiful Colfax in the downtown area down there. If you could, do you know much about the history or what kind of locomotives you're going to have out there?
Well, indeed, we're going to have big trains and little trains. Union Pacific is bringing in some of their mainline locomotives and monstrous rotary snowplow. That thing will throw snow off the tracks up to 150 feet and clear it all out of there for, you know, during the heaviest winter storms.
And any of the old ones? Any of the old boys?
They're rebuilt old boys.
Yep.
Because they can't run the old equipment anymore for, you know, they need the reliability of the new stuff.
Sure.
And but you'll see a lot of old style locomotives in the model or the little train layouts that we'll have there.
Yeah. And what do you think of, you know, I recently was coming back from Lake Tahoe, and I stopped there at the summit, the old Donner Summit there on the Donner Pass Road, and I did the little hike through the old tunnels up there. Do you know anything about when those were kind of shut down and the tracks were shifted up?
Yeah, well, they had already built the second track line over the Sierra in you know, the early part of the 1900s, and they got to a point in the 1980s when they thought they didn't need that second line, so they ripped the tracks out and idled those old tunnels.
And they're beautiful. I mean, the artwork in there, and just, I walked through there and just thinking about these guys, because I've been in a lot of gold mines, which are just micro the size of that. Same technology, blasting, drilling, blasting, drilling, blasting. You know, and a lot of the gold mines that I've been to in Iowa Hill and up here in Forest Hill, you know, a lot of them you kind of got to crouch down and stuff. And boy, the work that they've put in to make these things, gosh, what, 20, 30 feet high to put these big trains through there.
That's right, yeah.
It's pretty impressive. Could you tell us more about what you got going on up there this weekend?
Well, there's a lot of activities for people of all ages. It's really family friendly. We have antique gas engines, and we have a car show going on Saturday, and model train layouts, a lot of historic displays. Yep. And it's very interesting. If you want to see the days gone by, you'll see a lot of railroad history plus old technology history.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure people would love to get up there. I know I'll probably end up taking my family up there tomorrow and probably taking some pictures, bringing a camera and doing what I love to do, which is pictures and drama. You know, you had mentioned that you had some involvement with some gold mining stuff too.
That's right. I've had some past experience working with a mining company trying to reopen the historic Idaho, Maryland gold mine in Grass Valley.
Have you ever had gold fever? Have you ever been out trying to work for it?
No, never. It's too much work.
It is brutal work, and I have to give a shout out to my friends that, you know, do this full time and part time and have the fever. It is a lot of work, but there's been some amazing finds. They just found, 900 ounces in Western Australia this last week. You know, it's
That's a rich area.
multiple $1 million. And I know that people are still pulling it out. I've had some friends in the middle American fork that did about 3-4 ounces in a weekend. So that's 3-4 grand. And what I find fascinating, having just recently been to the gold panning championships up in Forest Hill, you know, a lot of these guys aren't really doing it to get rich. You know, it's a passion, and they're collectors.
It's a passion. It's a fever.
Yeah, it's a fever, and they're collectors. You know, they really like to share it and show it. And, you know, a lot of these guys that I had talked to up there, they had just monster nuggets in their pocket. They're like, look at this. You know, and these are like $3,000-$4,000 specimens. It was just gorgeous. So that's, I mean, it goes so fast. I want to thank Jim for coming in. Please, if you get a chance and you have some time, take the family out to Colfax Railroad Days this weekend. It's this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. We're going to go to commercial break now. I want to thank Renee as always. Please stay tuned for more Sierra Gold and check us out online at sierragold.tv. Our new show for PBS will be out hopefully next month. And we got exciting things in the pipeline. So I want to thank everyone, and off to commercial break. Thank you.